I wish, Tessa.
Prepare yourself.
Because then, like,
for
it
battle,
still would be useful.
hero.
I could still move the snow around. Welcome in, everybody. The score is not correct. Sorry. Apologies. There we go. We are here in map number 1 of our first best of 3 of the day on our live broadcast. We are here. We are talking to Twitch chat, like saying thanks to Ashmantle for reminding you all about the gamble in Twitch chat right now. As we are going to be having on the left-hand side, came from behind here in Division A of Nexus Gaming Series.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part. I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part too.
Clock, thank you for the tier
Let's
1
go Bahamut.
resubscription for 40 months. But Huckett will be your Brightwing, Top Gun Falstad, Mr. Hustler on the Kel'Thuzad, Mojo, Zeratul, and Freezer with your Anubarak. On the right-hand side, you have gillyShark and Bingo Knight, who are moving into the bottom lane, with an Iron Rhaegar, Miller on the Sylvanas, Schumann, Varian, Iki, Greymane, and Olaf, Eric, Balog, the Lost Vikings, to be played by Mr. Stark. Alrighty, Frequent Flyer is going to be your level 1 for the Falstad. How many stacks will he have by the end of the game? He gains 0.2 stack per minion takedown, and heroic takedowns gain 0.5. Ubrak burrowing in, looking for the Sylvanas on the right side. Doesn't find anything. We are on live patch, by the way. That's why you have the proper and good UI. Curious how the gillyShark at Bingo Night or the members of Came From Behind thought about the draft timer changes. I'm assuming they were affected by it, but I heard something about it not really going through and they had to hot fix it or something. I didn't do fucking shit. No, you did. You subscribed, Tessa. You subscribed with your Prime Gaming. There's a lot of places you can use your Prime, and I appreciate using it here. Barrel falls into the save, or no, into the enemy team. I actually misread the direction right there. That's a huge soothing miss from Brightwing. gillyShark and Bingo Knight are going to be topping off a double kill here. As Stark goes in with little Eric. The slows are there, the chains go out, and Mr. Hustler backs out alive, but looks like Rhaegar will take down Anubarak. I do want to point out, I did see this earlier, we have Wolfheart, which is actually buffed in the most recent patch. The armor bonus has been increased, as if I'm not mistaken. Oh wait, no, wasn't it also the cooldown reduction from basic attacks during Inner Beast was also buffed as well? So, curious what Ekeep thinks about that one. You love fishing, not real fish. You know what? As someone who does not like anything from the ocean, lake, bodies of water, I enjoy fishing. I don't like eating fish. I thoroughly enjoy fishing, though. Sitting out in nature, hanging out with a bud or by yourself, and just making creatures late for appointments. Good kill onto Anubarak here in the bottom lane as gillyShark and Bingo Knight are going to be able to open up the fort front gate. Let's take a look here and see what our Vikings are doing, because they're up against Mojo the Zeratul. Looks like Eric's got a couple autos going in. Singularity Spike will be applied. But I don't think... Oh, wait, hold on. There's a couple allies here. Maybe they can bait the Zeratul to step up in this lane. Stark... I think Stark made his Olaf look AFK so the Zeratul believed that he could step into it. I think. That's the mind game that I'm thinking of. We currently have our Twitch prediction of 50 or more, 49 or less for the Falstad. He's currently at 5, so he's a 10th of the way through, excuse me. Math. Top Gun with the channel. Shadow Dagger applied to Falstad. Vikings are going to be able to get the top left and right. gillyShark and Bingo Knight with the 40-0 dream potential here, but no, Top Gun is defended by the allies and will be getting 4 of their own shots into the Gravekeeper. 32-36 in our core HP here, Division A match number 1 in our best of 3 series. Well, it's good to know. It seemed like a lot of people did enjoy the replay while I was waiting for the plumber to arrive. So maybe we'll do that in the future. I have Murky Cup, I have Heroes Captain's Clash, and I think I have Hanzo Genji Cup saved still. Then I have all my NGS and Heroes Lounge games from this season too. So if we ever need to do it, we can do it, and then Kaimo can ask 500 times whether or not the stream is live. Chains go out, landing a combo. Anubarak Burrow charges in, trying to find something. That was a replay? Yeah, there was a command in chat and everything. When is the stream dead? When I have to end stream and raid someone. It was exclamation rerun, but please don't do that because we're not a rerun right now. I did not turn it off in time. I'll have to do that after this game. One Viking will go down. Chains from gillyShark being thrown out here and there. Do you get loot from your raid? No. I just hope that other people that I raid eventually raid me. That's the loot.
My back.
The loot is the friends that we make along the way.
Back.
Cav still seems to be in pain. He must have had to kneel under a sink for 4 hours yesterday as well. Varian's Liamog goes out, finds one stack right there. Huckett going for the channel. Little hammering thrown out to poke in. A new break with the burrow charge, the impale, the chains from gillyShark connecting on Schumann. And Huckett gets the channel in the bottom of the map. 4 shots into the enemy cores. It's going to be 32 to 32 in core HP here on Towers of Doom. Bottom lane camp pushing in. There's a polymorph onto Schumann who looks to step back into Freezer. The Anubrek getting a little bit low, but he should be able to make it out. No! Greymane gets the hit needed. And that'll be a Anubrek going down. 1, 2, Sappers make it in. A third one is still in the minion wave, but it should be poked down by Falstead and gillyShark. Alrighty, Zeratul doing a bit of double soak here, of course, as he did go move unseen level 1, so I don't think we're going to see Zeratul mounting much throughout this game. It is going to be play again, go for the throat, taunt from Varian. We've got the Wailing Arrow, the Ancestor Healing to be utilized. Falstead's able to barrel roll away at the last second as 1, 2, 3 Sappers make it in. The Black Arrows from Sylvanas were activated, but it looks like those will not be utilized. It's not that long of a cooldown. I believe it's like, what, 45 seconds? 40 seconds, actually. Varian steps in again. Newbreak burrowing back into E-Key. Dots applied to the enemy here, but no kill. Oh, the Vikings here. Now they can get a kill. Now that the Vikings here, they can absolutely find a kill finally. Double objective phase coming up in the center and the bottom of the map. The heroics on the left side, by the way, will be that Cocoon, Shadow Fissure, Gust, Might of the Nerazim, and Emerald Winds for the Brightwing. The level 20, the Intensifying Winds, can set this to a 5-second cooldown with no mana cost. Another Feign onto... I really do think that Stark is doing that on purpose, where he's just making his Viking look AFK, baiting the Zeratul out while the allies get the dive, because that's the second time it's happened. I doubt Zeratul believes it a third time. You know what they say, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, you fool me twice. Stark with the channel on the north side of the two options, and it's going to be 28 to 28. Core HP Varian charges in, taunt on to Mr. Hustler, who will not be taken down. The chains landing, max range change. That's a Shadow Fissure getting a reset right there. Beautifully done, and Sylvanas does go down. Master of the Cold Dark done by the gillyShark as well. He's got the increased spell power, and his Phylactery is almost done as well, which means he's going to be healing, because you get the 10% heal from the damage dealt, but it's only active, or this passive is only active when you have your full stackage. And there it is. So he's got some nice self-sustain. He's got big bursty damage. One Sapper is going to be able to charge in. Rhaegar lunges in for another. Newbrack trying to let this other one get into lane. It was chunked to 50%. Little Death and Decay. The Sapper does not collide into the tower. Goes for the fort. We're still on fort value 8 minutes in here. Varian, Lion's Fang goes out. Possession from Sylvanas steals 2 minions just to buff up this wave. Looks like Zeratul's doing decent soak still. Does have the Psionic Strength as well as the Seeker in the Dark, and then we already mentioned the Might of the Nerazim as we have 16 talents here, or 13 talents here. Already here for gillyShark and Bingo Knight, soon to be picked up by King from behind. They do have the Shattering Throw with that Varian level 13. Coon on to Varian. Falstead floating around over here. Is there a gust available? Absolutely. If they want to push back the enemy, there's a Wailing Arrow from Miller. The E-Keep gets the Ancestor Healing as there was Zeratul pressure onto the backline. The Haunting Wave thrown back by Miller, but not activated. Oh, that's the quote, Tessa. I couldn't remember the Bush quote, but yeah. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, can't get fooled again. Like, good old Bush, man. Oh, Bush Jr. actually, excuse me. Chains, max range. Oh, don't find. Okay, the Variant, the Greymane, they all go in. A new break. Burrow charges to safety. Variant, I think, had a charge on a Gilthazad. It ended awkwardly early. But either way, Greymane picks up the double kill. Shadow Fissure down from Gilthazad. A Viking will be traded in the end, but I don't think the members of gillyShark and Bingo Knight are too upset about that one with the 7-kill lead, a level lead, and they're about to get bottom lane Bell Tower in their control.
Red team has destroyed a fort.
The Bush quote is the one I was going for because that one is just silly to me. Or there's the one interview that he ends with, "Now watch this drive." Just, oh man, you know, we thought Bush was the worst, and we thought Bush Jr. was the worst, and here we are in 2025. Yikes. A Viking will be taken down. Zeratul is able to get that. It looks like play it again from the Vikings in top lane. Greymane in mid to catch some of the soak as well. Death and Decay shot out. We do have Banner of Dalaran for your Varian. The Viking Globe is not tracking correctly. Let me actually pull this up really fast. Stark has picked up 45 regeneration globes for the Vikings, and it looks like they're going to jump back and not go for Mojo. There's no reveal abilities from them. Well, actually, no, they have Spin, but they already just used it, I think. Mojo's so very low, but wants to try and take down one of the Vikings. Look at that health regen. Oh, well. I guess you can see it here a little bit better now. Look at that health regen. That is bonkers good right there. Almost full in a matter of, what, 20, 30 seconds? Cocoon from a Nubarak finds Varian. Burrow charge. A Viking does get taken down. Greymane gets the bottom lane. Meanwhile, Sylvanas is looking to take down Top Gun. Won't be able to do so. Stark on the left side harassing. There's a Nubarak dead on the right. It chains and combo from Gilthazad will be able to take down the Rhaegar before the Ancestral Healing can be cast. We do have Sappers going over the wall on bottom, but also shots from the left-hand side. Schumann going for the channel here. Greymane needs an auto to take down Gilthazad and will be able to do so. Will he spend Phylactery? He does. Gust from, oh my god, Gust from the Falstad saves Greymane, or Zeratul, beautifully done. Top Gun. Nice timing, but the 4 shots still go in, and it's going to be an 11-25 game, as that bottom left bell tower is still held by gillyShark and Bingo Knight.
Will soon be complete, usurper.
Oh, Tessa, that is a great quote. I tried to finish up the most recent Jeff Vandermeer book, the Absolution, and I got to the last section of the book, and I could not stand the writing, and I shelved it. It's the first book in like 2 years that I've just given up on. Yo, what's up, Train? How you doing, bud? Nice combos on to E-Keep. The Ancestral is on point. Trainwreck with the 69th. Nice. I didn't know we had 68 viewers in here. Congratulations on 69. 2 Vikings will be taken down by the Zeratul. Play again in top lane will be utilized. And bottom lane, they're trying to push in. There's 3 Sappers. Wailing Arrow from Sylvanas. I honestly don't think Kaimo slept last night. I really don't. Gus from Falstad pushes Varian into the death zone. He's got the shield wall, but it's not going to be enough. Earth Grasp Totem comes out from Rhaegar as they disengage. Oh, you won't be able to see the lunar eclipse tonight? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I didn't know there was one tonight. I always find out about these things the day after, but we currently have. Yeah, I don't think I'll be able to see it either. Zeratul set up in the top right.
The altars have risen.
Keep.
Activate them.
Goes for the channel. Backs off after the Anubarak. Bonks onto the Zeratul. Singularity Spike connects. There's going to be a dive, a blow up. And that is definitely Gilthazad finding the kill into Greymane. A Viking goes down the right-hand side. Mojo with the channel. The timing on that Shadow Fissure was absolutely beautiful from Mr. Hustler. Nicely done. Soothing Miss from Brightwing does have... Oh, she doesn't have Critical Miss. I guess she just preempted Cleanse. Oh, and they're going to go Boss. They're going to pick up Boss as well. It'll be rainy and cloudy here all damn day. It's gonna be, we got 8 inches of snow last night. We're gonna get like an inch tonight and then another 4 inches on Friday. And I don't have a working snowblower, but my neighbors, I can probably borrow theirs, so it'll be alright. This is what I get for like 2 weeks ago saying that, oh yeah, winter's over. We get 8 inches of snow and my snowblower breaks immediately. Love it. Love it. Love it. You want 4 inches tonight? No, I'm good. Bottom lane fort. Ooh, wait, Varian goes in for the charge. That was a very weird interaction on Falstad with that charge cocoon situation. Wailing arrow connects on to the kill facade as Varian looks to change in. Wind tunnel from Falstad. Down 16 talents here. E-Keep and friends try and step in, and it looked promising for a moment, but that wind tunnel and the intensive winds with that Emerald Wind 5-second cooldown just said nope. Yo, what's up, Monk? How you doing today, bud? Welcome in. Enjoy your amazing emotes for the next 30 days. Yeah. Twitch took down that emote. They didn't take down all the dumpers, but they took down my dumper. And then Twitch realized that they're not treating all the dumpers fairly, so they let dumpers back.
The time is now.
That is actually what happened. That legitimately happened. Haunting Wave in from Sylvanas. Big burrow charge from Anubrak. Will the Forsaken is going to be activated. Good Ancestor healing with the Farseer, splashing to a few allies around. Schumann low, but Kel'Thuzad with the Shadow Fissure upgrade at level 20 is getting so many resets and pokes with the Might of the Scourge. Top Gun going for the channel, looking for those 5 shots in. What's boss timer at? About 3 minutes still. And just like that, a game that has been dominated and controlled by gillyShark and Bingo Knight is now a 3-11 game favoring the enemy squad. Nah, Baja Dumper. I'm not trying to get my Twitch partnership removed. I mean, I knew Shogal Dumper was a risk, but holy Jesus Christ.
Welcome back.
3,197 damage in 0.8 seconds on the Sylvanas just now. Dear Lord.
Hero slain.
Viking to be traded. Sorry, I'm just sipping on some tea. I haven't had any today, and if I'm going to do casting, I need a little bit of caffeine here.
Red team destroy the fort.
Oh, I thought someone just, I thought ads just ran, Cav. I just got so worried there. I was like, no, my math should be good. Can we get Baja Dumper for the Discord server? I don't know about that.
The altars rise again.
Zerato looking to jump in here. And we'll make, yeah, well, you know what? Here's the deal. We'll make a Baja Dumper when we have the hot tub stream. There you go. There's another incentive for you all. Ubrak burrows on the Greymane Shadow Fissure connecting. So is the Ancestral. Greymane getting some auto attacks in. There's a Emerald Wind out from Brightwing to try and zone. Greymane trying to keep the inner beast active. A singular objective is needed to win the game for the side of Came From Behind. And can they live up to their name here in map number 1? Wind Tunnel says yes. Wind Tunnel says yes. A hard-fought map number 1. Rhaegar does go down right before the final shots connect, but that is going to be Came From Behind. Coming from behind. Help me step Baja, I'm stuck. Have you thought about just taking your body out of the dryer? Entering the make Baja uncomfortable phase of the stream. That's it. How many level 1 stacks for Falstad? He had 49 or less. All right, you know the deal, chat. We're going to run some ads. Thank you all so much for the gifted subs, resubs already. Let's go ahead and get rid of those ads and get going into another game. Thank you all for the positivity and being so amazing with all the hiccups and issues we've had as of late in the real world. So thanks, everybody. Cheers.
Prepare yourself for battle, heroes.
Welcome back into Division A of Nexus Gaming Series. Thanks for chatting while we ran some ads, and let's get into another great game. We're here on Cursed Hollow, map number 2 in our best of 3 series here for the Nexus Gaming Series. I think I'm talking in a circle, so let's get into Came From Behind on the left-hand side with a Huckett Ariel, Top Gun Falstad, Mr. Hustler Alarak, Sonya to be played by Mojo, and Freezer back on the Anubrak. On the right-hand side, it's gillyShark and Bingo Knight looking to take us to a map number 3 through Cursed Hollow. We've got a Tyrande played by Iron. Oh, wait, hold on. This is important.
Well, what are you waiting for?
Tyrande? Did I miss the Sentinel? Did I miss the Sentinel? Did no Sentinel get... Oh, I think that's the first Sentinel right there. It misses. GG's. Anyways, we've got a Miller on Chromie, Schumann, Muradin, Ekib, Zeratul, and Olaf, Balog, Eric, the Lost Vikings will be picked up by Stark here. We are going to be seeing a Viking bribery, and it's going to be every 40 stacks that they'll be able to bribe a camp. Vikings were the second hero, and here's the storm, to have the ability for the 50% cooldown reduction on camps, and that was removed like a month and a half to 2 months after that got buffed. The only hero to keep it is Nova. But our Twitch prediction is a go. Let's see some gambles on all 3. I believe you can do it, chat. Falstad, once again, auto attack build. We got Searing Light for the Ariel. Discord Strike level 1, overwhelming power for Alarak. As they find first blood onto a Viking, which means 3% for Alarak. That'd be kind of funny if Alarak's sadism scaling from heroes scaled from Vikings. So you only get like 1% for a Viking kill rather than 3 or something, you know? That'd be kind of funny. Anyways, Legion of Beetles for our Anubrak. We have got the Ranger for Tyrande as well as the Greater Cleave. Did I miss the first Sentinel? Am I tripping? I feel like I did. Is Iron bad? Well, they're playing in Nexus Gaming Series Division A, so I would vote heavily on no. I would get farmed, bodied, and bullied if I played in Division A.
Heroes slain.
Looks like Falstad will take down the Zeratul. Nubrak Burrow charging in. Tyrande Lunar Flare connects onto Mr. Hustler. We have no believers in 100 or less. Okay. We have 7,800 on 101 to 130 is all I see. Alarak's, by the way, Alarak's max sadism now, because of this level 4, can be 150. Just heads up on that one. See what he takes at level 7, but currently at 105. Thank you, Kel. You also played in Division A and you're bad. I disagree with that statement. Very much disagree with that. It takes talent to run into tower shots. So that takes Division A skill. Repeated offense for the Ariel. Zeratul is going to be continuing into his Cleave build as another Viking falls here. Alarak at 110 sadism. Zeratul looking for something above, maybe flanking in. Not showing. Muradin Dwarf tosses in, lances Stormbolt. That's going to be a nice Looter Flare from Tyrande as well. Hustler gets the Telekinesis into Discord Strike, and Zeratul's the one to go down. Alarak with the channel on the top left of our screen. We got Vikings soaking respective lanes. Tyrande Sentinel will knock at the interrupted time. The Lunar Flare misses as well. Bottom lane Siege looking pretty decent here from the side of Came From Behind as they Discord combination. Stark goes down to an auto of the Falstad as Discord Strike picks up a stack up against the wall. Huckett getting hit with the Sentinel right there, getting chunked a wee bit, but not too much. Vikings in top will clear things out. They do have the Mercenary Lord as well. Friendly non-boss mercenaries near your hero deal 50% more damage, gain 50 armor against minions and mercenaries, reducing the damage taken by 50%. I actually didn't know about the armor. Oh, I thought the Sentinel was going to hit Mojo. I didn't know about the armor point there, actually. I did not know their Mercenary Lord did that.
Shall we see who gathers my this time?
The day, you know, you always learn something in Heroes of the Storm, even if you've cast it for 6 years. Shit, more at this point. Spear in from Sonya. Stark may lose a Viking in top. He's got the go. Falstad moves into mid to soak up. What classifies as being good? You know, Reddit. Reddit is the official. They're the official ones that really decide on what's good and what's bad. The echo chamber of HoTS is saved. Nubrak burrowing out, looking for some setup here on this Schumann. Nice kill from Falstad hammering. Oh God, no. I mean, but you know, there is a small bit of truth with what I just said, though. Can you please say it ain't so? It is. Just like how Reddit never mentions any, like, they don't mention Heroes Lounge or NGS. They rarely ever mention any of the community esports, which is very unfortunate. Like, it's gonna be a Viking death right there. 111 sadism for the Alarak right now. I think we got odds on all three. It looks like we do. Cool. Thank you, everybody. Next tribute, top left. It's going to be 10 Talonteers popping up at the top of the screen soon. Let's go ahead and take a look and see what's going on with that as Falstad flies to top and then takes a bite of their sandwich. Alright, Cocoon. I'm assuming Leap for Sonya, Counter-Strike Alarak. Oh, it's Deadly Charge Alarak. I guess actually it's a lot of dives, so that makes sense. Sonya goes down in the bottom lane to the Zeratul. I had it right. I think a Viking may have baited her. There's going to be just Vikings going down across the map, and Huckett delayed out by Ranger from Tyrande. They're going to siege in through bottom lane, look to open this up a little bit. Top lane fort will be taken down. Alarak deadly charged into the boss pit. Chromie, once again, not once again the first time, the Time Walker's Pursuit, sorry, is going to be able to scout this out. So they'll just trade opposing side bosses, and Starfall used here as well. Did they get a hit? Nice. Literal, like, map distance sentinels are really nice to see. Just like when you get, like, a bottom lane Dragon's Arrow from Hanzo that connects into top. Like, it's just like, mwah. The stars aligned. It's beautiful. So boss in bottom lane pushed up with a Viking. Of course, as we mentioned, Mercenary Lord does not benefit bosses. Because the tooltip says so. Like the one time someone argued with me that Curse Bullet works on the Dragonite. And I was like, dude, I think it literally says in the tooltip that it doesn't work on vehicles. They were like, no man, it works on Dragonite, I swear. I'm like, oh yeah, because no one ever does that. And then I literally read that tooltip to them on stream, and I've never seen them in the stream ever again. Yeah, you're not allowed to prove people wrong, apparently. Sentinel's gonna be thrown across the map. A Viking will be able to steal away this Siege Giant camp, and as I mentioned, that Mercenary Lord. But Nubrak should make quick work of this. I don't think Stark's gonna leave the Baylog around too much here. Yeah, Mercenary Lord will expire. I heard a play again from Vikings. Yeah, there it is on the top right of the map. Plot twist, they made a new account and they're now regular. No, I've seen them in other streams. I've seen them in other streams. Just like how I've seen people who are like, oh, I can't sub, blah, 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 and then, like, I'm lurking in someone's stream and they're, like, gifting subs and stuff. It's like, oh, aha! Aha! I don't say anything, but I'm just like, all right, yep. Oh. Just add that little tick there in my brain. Curse is going to expire here on the left-hand side, and we will be having bottom lane fort sieged up by the members of Came From Behind. Big oop, you know, it's people, whatever. I'm not gonna sit here and flame who you support, it's just don't lie. That's my point. That's what I'm getting at. If you don't want to subscribe here or give subs, I understand. But don't lie to me. Zeratul, big VP onto 4. Lunar Flare times out nicely there. They're going to be gusted back. Hustler trying to get away. The leap in from Sonya, Crystal Aegis to save the little bit of sadism for Alarak, and it looks like it will work out. Sentinel from Toronto does go out as well. Couple auto attacks onto Mojo here. Nice piercing Stormbolt from Murden gets the kill. Viking in top lane soaking up. 35 globes. I believe it's tracking proper. Yes, it is. Okay, so my theory is right. You got to select another hero at the beginning of the game early on so it tracks the Viking stuff down here. Don't know why it works that way, but for any casters, just select a non-Viking. I guess maybe select an enemy hero is probably even better. Schumann's Murden is really good here. I'm digging it quite a bit. Not to say the variant was bad. Just I like the Murden a lot. As I compliment the Murden, he will be CC'd to oblivion. He did not have Avatar available and will be taken down. 7-4 in kills, favoring the side of came from behind. There's another Sentinel from Tyrande is thrown out. Harsh Moonlight was your level 13. And our Sonya in bottom lane clearing out the wave that gets pushed up. We've got Stark grabbing Vision. This is how you win games. See, they have 2 visions. Obviously, it's a game number 3. Sentinel. Oh, Mojo, you walked right into it. Another cross-map Sentinel. They're going to rotate the top lane to take down a Viking. And they'll be able to get the finish stacks on repeated offense. They'll pick up more sadism for the Alarak. And he also did get Show of Force. Is that Blades of the High Lord? I was wondering if he would go Rite of Rakshir to just apply it to a Viking and try and just bully Vikings for a lot of sadism off that. But Blade of the High Lord, so max sadism for Alarak right now can be 190. 30 baseline, 20%, and then another 40%. Miller with the channel, 2 out of 3. Stark, being a nuisance, was able to steal this camp away again. Yeah, it looks like it was about 20 seconds ago, as I think it's a 3-minute cooldown. But still, I mean, slowly sieging onto this keep front gate in top lane. Boss in the top is going to be up in 24 seconds. Boss in bottom, 25. Next tribute point will be bottom left position. So, 16 talent tier came from behind. As the Sentinel goes into the top lane looking for a little bit of vision. We do have the Celestial Attunement level 16. Or was Ranger level 1. And I think we're getting bosses set up here on both sides. Stark trying to get away. Falstad. Actually, it's going to be a extended lightning from Alarak. Sentinel comes down, gets a double hit right there. Nicely done. What's the timer on this? Nah, they can't. I was wondering if they can finish out their own and then rotate down. But the bosses are started at relatively the same time, so no invade. It's going to be 16s on both sides. We've got the piercing, or not the piercing light. We've got the Reservoir of Hope for the Ariel, generating a bit more total energy by 55 per stack. It was nerfed a patch ago. Excuse me. So top lane boss. There's still an entire gate available here. Sentinel. 1 delay onto Falstad. Man, that chunks. That chunks for so much damage. That was like 900-ish damage? Bottom lane fort has fallen. Top Falstad flies to top. The gate is being taken down. Looks like a Viking will be picked up by Alarak. For the Twitch prediction, by the way, Alarak at 135, so he's in that option 3. So if you're a third option believer, you're currently winning the prediction, but who knows? You could see the first Finland of the day. So Boston top lane gets the gate and about 25% of the fort. This is going to be your bruiser camp over here. Oh, wait. Chromie's got a time trap, though. No activation. Deadly charge charged up by the Alarak. Looking to jump in. Slowing stands down from the Chromie as well. Alarak still charging. Cancels it. As Viking in bottom clears out the wave. Chromie does have that Unraveling level 20, which is going to be every 0.25 seconds enemy heroes slowed by slowing sands have their spell armor reduced by 10 up to 50. It's every 0.25 seconds. So you stand in there for 1 second, it's already at 40. Increase the slowing sands cast range by 50%. Slowing sands persists for 5 seconds after it's canceled. It's like bonkers good. I kind of feel like the spell armor should be, the spell armor reduction should be reduced. Increased? Reduced? I don't know the correct direction, but It should not be up to 50. It should be like 30. I feel like 50% spell armor reduction after like 1.25 seconds is way too, like, it could maybe still be 50, but then maybe make that, maybe make it like every 1 second or something. Like, I don't know, 0.25 feels like, ugh. That just feels way too overtuned. But hey, you know what? Maybe Saint Dev is a Chromie fan, and you know, maybe that's the way that's the reason that it's buffed that way.
See who gathers enough tribute.
Finally, my time to shine on Chromie has come. All right, well, 2 out of 3 on the tributes here. We've got our... Did I see boss spawn? No, okay. Thought I saw the animation of boss crawling on the ground right there, but I was like, it just got taken. What's up, Variel? How you doing, bud? 63 regeneration globes for our Vikings currently, as Siege Giants are in top lane, up against gillyShark and Bingo Knight. We've got a Viking in bottom, pushing up. Another Sentinel from Toronto goes scouting out, sees 2. It looks like this is going to be a given objective. They still see some enemies floating around their fort area. Sonya's on a Viking in bottom. Looks like Alarek's down here as well. Fury of the Storm is picked up at level 20 as Alarek just gets an immediate deletion of a Viking. 147 sadism for him. Good thing Kaimo's not a dev of this game. Mid lane forward is going to be going down. Another Sentinel thrown in. The curse is pretty powerful. We've got that Fury of the Storm, the Unraveling already. The Unstoppable Force for Muradin, which we don't see very often. It's usually Rewind. Shadow Mending for the Zeratul, and of course the Celestial Wrath on the Tyrande. But while active, Avatar grants 20 armor and causes Muradin's basic dex to reduce the cooldown of Thunderclap and Dwarf Toss by 0.75. He does have the heroic cooldown on the level 4 with the reverberation. There's going to be a Starfall from Tyrande. Zeratul VP does expire here. Slowing Sands on the Anub'arak as he just gets deleted all of a sudden. Huh, it couldn't have been that spell armor reduction. No way. Just a casual 3,000 damage in 4.4 seconds. Actually want to see something really quickly here. Yeah, Sandblast dealing 1,460 damage. Wow. Just a casual Sandblast dealing like half of, a little less than half of Anub'arak's health bar. Crater for Sonya, level 20 is picked up. She actually jumps by the Falstad. They both kind of panic, but she remembers she can push the button again to remove that. Rewind for Anub'arak. We've got the Counter-Strike Alarak, Shield of Hope for the Ariel, and your Wind Tunnel Falstad. Oh yeah, that sounds real balanced, Kaimo. That sounds like real good balance. 9 stacks on the Reservoir of Hope for the Ariel right now. She's about to have 1 more stack and she'll be at 550 bonus. Zeratul and friends will grab Bruiser Camp for the mid lane, and another little Sentinel gets thrown out right there. Boss in bottom is available, boss in top as well. Vikings pushing out a wave. There's a camp in mid, approaching core. gillyShark and Bingo Knight with some decent control here, but it's not a guaranteed victory. Top lane keep on their side is a little bit low. They're going to prioritize boss for the top. Meanwhile, don't forget those Vikings earlier on were pushing up with Siege Giants consistently with the Viking bribery. Now they've already taken down the entire gate. The keep is exposed. Boss will go to top lane. Look at this. We do have Muradin chilling in the bush over here. Sentinel's going to come through, sees, and actually gets the hit onto Ariel. Stormbolt from Muradin connects onto Anub'arak. Can they make this rotation time? The Vikings are coming in. There's Time Walker's Pursuit from Chromie to get vision. Viking on the left, Viking on the right. Muradin floating above. They're gonna be distracted by the Vikings and all of this shenanigans. Muradin does get his avatar activated. He's gonna try and back away, get some healing out. There's a slowing stance from Chromie. Anub'arak uses Rewind to back away. 1 Viking has the leash on the boss. The Wind Tunnel from Falstad. Zeratul VP. Margin charge gets the stun. Crystal Aegis. They get the double boss play. Nicely done from gillyShark and Bingo Knight. Wasn't sure if the invade was going to work out. Sonya spearing into top gets accidentally hit by the boss slam. This will confirm keep, but I think gillyShark and Bingo Knight are posturing to end through bottom lane. Okie dokie, so Vikings are doing their own thing. We've got the team pushing up in bottom right now.
Red team has destroyed a fort.
Just a casual, like, 300 average APM almost for Chromie there. I don't think it tracks very well, but it's kind of funny just to look at it. Sentinel hits 2. Boston bottom is on 4. Boston top lane, I believe, has been cleared away, but all major structures are cleared out. The Starfall from Tyrande. Hustler's able to get to the Hall of Storms in time. The leap from Sonya. The Wind Tunnel from Falstead's not going to be enough. GG, well played. Map number 2 goes over the side of gillyShark Bingo Knight. They will make this a 1-1 series, and we're going to go ahead and find out what that Alarak sadism is going to be looking like. Alarak sadism ends the game with 159. How do I pay out this gamble? Choose 131 or more. Pay, good. Rip your points, but you got to gamble, and that's the best part, isn't it? Isn't that why everyone's here? Or is it
Prepare yourselves for battle, heroes.
Welcome in, everybody. Map number 3 in our best of 3 series here in the Nexus Gaming Series Division A. On the left-hand side, you're going to be seeing Came From Behind with a Huckett Kael'thas, Top Gun Genji, Hustler on the Anubrak, Mojo Leoric, and Freezer on the Stukov. Little tank swap there. Tank healer swap there.
The battle begins in
On the left side, we're going to be, or on the right side, sorry, we got gillyShark Bingo Knight, we got a Stark Falstead, Iron Rhaegar, Schumann on the Muradin, Ekib, Blaze, and Miller will be your Sylvanas. Twitch prediction, as the Kael'thas is going to go Mana Attic level 1, how many globes will he gather by the end of the game? If you know the results, you're welcome to gamble, just don't spoil it. If you don't know the results, same thing. Just chilling over here on the left-hand side. Kael'thas and friends are just waiting to find an opportunity to jump in. A couple of shurikens into the bush to check. We do have Swift as the Wind at level 1 for our Genji. Are we going to see a Swift Strike build? Oftentimes, if we do, it's going to be with the Dragon Blade level 10, the Heroic. We'll see what the level 4 is going to be. Usually it's Shuriken Mastery with Shingun 13, but who knows? Swift as the Wind could be anything at level 1. Consume Vitality for our Leoric. Sometimes paired in, oh my god, that Anubrak Burrow Charge, Lurking Arm, Gravity Lap, Swift Strike. There's so much damage. First Blood goes over the side of Came From Behind as they're able to get a dive under Rhaegar in bottom lane. Falstead is able to just clear things out over here. Another dive into bottom onto the Sylvanas. She's going to be taken down. Low blow Stukov helping out with that damage needed. And a Flame Strike from Kael'thas connects onto Schumann in the end. With a little bit of burnination here onto the wave. What do we got going on for our camp? Alright. Arcane Punisher. Oh, we still have a minute and a half to go. I thought we were, I don't know why, I thought we were like almost, I thought we were 2.5 minutes in already. Or at least nearing it, but still a little bit to go on that. Stark looking for the flight on out. The Gravity Lapse misses. Anubrak's right there to catch him, and Stark is unable to make it out alive. Anubrak with the last little bit of damage. So very close to the Great Escape, but it does not work out for gillyShark and Bingo Knight. Level 4 is going to be faster, of course, because of that kill. Gets it with the Jet Propulsion. Stormbolt from Muradin. What's up, Crush? Good to see you. Happy Thursday to you. I hope things are going well, bud. But yes, do not forget, everybody, Mario Kart tomorrow. I'd like to see a lot of green shells thrown backwards at us. Come bully the streamer. You'll have like a 2-hour window to do it. Shuriken Mastery for the Genji, so it is not going to be a Swift Strike build, which, I mean, as I said, I haven't seen many of those. It's really here and there when it comes to Swift Strike builds. Okay. Couple autos from Blaze. Little oil slick goes down. We're trading with Muradin. the rod connects as well from Stark. 5 stacks on the frequent flyer. It is going to be Neil Peasants for our Leoric level 4. We have been seeing a lot of Ghastly Reach, but just on a map like Infernal Shrines, I feel like you really want that. Oh, is no one gambling on the Kael'thas regeneration globes? That any gamblers in chat? Just literally like one person. Got the new camera yesterday. Shipping box and the camera were not damaged in any way. However, when I took the camera out, I noticed that the battery door wasn't closing properly, so now I have to get it. Oh no, I'm so sorry, my friend. I know exactly what you're talking about too, yeah. The little battery hatch. I'm sorry to hear that. That's frustrating. There we go. Now we gotta. There we go. Thank you, chat. Chat was falling asleep here. Chat was asleep at the wheel. Objective phase started here by the members of King from Behind. Got Leoric and crew working through that. Muradin. A couple autos in. There's a haunting wave from Sylvanas, but doesn't activate the teleport. Here comes a burrow charge from the Nubrak. The lurking arm is pretty good. And Stukov takes down the Muradin.
My back! Oh, my back!
There's your gamble alert. You were caught up in the action? Well, that's a compliment to me. Thank you, for real. What a nice compliment. Thank you, bud. Like, unironically. Seriously, thank you. We do have right side camp being grabbed, false side on the bottom, getting a couple autos out. It is Boomerang level 7, but honestly, I don't disagree with that. Good for the shrine clear, good for wave clear. Sylvanas actually can be empowered a little bit off of that as well, because some of her damage is spell. Bit of a mixture. Much like Falstead, bit of a mixture. Falstead floating his way to top, actually flying his way. No, he flew into mid. Okay, so just still soaking while the allies clear out the Punisher. Jumps over to Muradin. They're going to try and play off that with a burrow charge of a Nubrak, but he's going to have to back off as those tower shots are going to zone. We do have also... oh, it's Mercenary Queen from Sylvanas. I was like, what is buffing that camp? Right, duh. Oh, what a dive! But no, Genji has the deflect and is able to take down Sylvanas after getting the kill onto the Stukov. Muradin, Living Bomb applied, will not spread it to the allies, and backs off just fine. Meanwhile, Falstad is aware of the rotation. Stark backs off just fine. Hassler comes in, spews a couple beetles on the in front of the tower, so you know you got to get rid of that ammo. It still works if the battery door pops out the slightest touch in a certain spot. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, I know exactly what you're talking about. I had that on, like, a way, way, way older camera a long time ago, and I fixed that with duct tape, but yeah. But also, that was, I used to do photography for, like concerts and stuff, so, you know, like... Things get damaged, things get bopped, things get knocked out of your hand, and I dropped that camera a couple times, but it didn't like die because of that. It actually died because I hit its photo life. Like, no joke. I remember it was the year I was coming out here to look at houses, and I came the day before or a couple days before my family, and I went to go take some photos, and it would turn on, but it wouldn't take photos, so I started looking into it, and it basically just hit its life. I had the thing for like a decade, so you know, it got good use. And just started hailing here. Is the king visiting? Oh, hail. Yeah, I see what you did there. Yeah, no, I mean, honestly, I mean, if it's, I would immediately replace it. I know it's frustrating and annoying, but hey. I just replace it at this point because you'll just get a better, newer one. Man, best of luck. I hope it works out for you, bud. I miss taking photos. That's why, like, I'd really love to go to BlizzCon in 2026 with a press pass and like do video stuff and take photos again. We'll see. You know what? If Corsair is there, there might be some. Bahamut might be able to work the Corsair booth or something. Now that I'm thinking about it, but we also may have to make sure that Corsair loves us for the next 2 years. You'll have to do some WoW learning. No, I refuse. Entomb from Leoric finds the Sylvanas. There's gonna be an Ancestor healing onto her. Can she get out alive? The Living Bomb is there. The Dragon Blade actually from Genji still. No X Strike from Genji, gets a couple hits, and Kael'thas finds the kill on Sylvanas. Baha After Party sponsored by Corsair. Probably yes to the first part, no to the second. I don't think Corsair will sponsor a party for me. Not sure what else they could do at BlizzCon 2026. Obviously save HoTS and StarCraft 2. Because, you know, the trailer, if you zoom in on this one spot, it looks like something from Heroes of the Storm. Cause it's pixelated and you can't see it very well. Avatar activated by Schumann. Will not be taken down here. Just set up a replacement with Amazon, but I'm waiting for my insurance information. I got to... Oh yeah, that's smart, dude. That's really smart. I did one of those for a TV. I paid like 60, 70 bucks for like a 5-year warranty for a TV, and no joke, the TV died at like 4 years and like 9 months. And I basically got like a 10-inch bigger TV. I think I got a 55, and then they upgraded me to a 65 4K. And that's the TV I have now. I remember like someone was like, dude, you spent a lot of money on your TV. I was like, no, this is technically 70-something bucks. Sometimes that insurance is really, really worth it. Yes, the WoW trailer rehash, very hot. Yeah. To be honest, if anything, I would expect like Warcraft. Like that trailer looks very Warcraft Frozen Throne to me. Like if we're like copium anything, like it looks very Warcraft RTS, but who knows? Who knows? Wind Tunnel from the Falstead, or excuse me, Gus from the Falstead. Murden does go down to the Nexus forces. The massive shove pushes the Sylvanas back. The Dragon Blade activated by the Genji, but a Jet Propulsor from Blaze slows him down. The siege continues from this Frozen Punisher at 20%. Yeah, there's some warranties that are so worth it. Especially like, depending on what you're doing too, like a camera warranty if you're going out and doing stuff and it has like moments where it can be dropped. Like if you're getting a camera and it's just like statically sitting there for like streaming, you know, I doubt it will break. But if you're going out doing stuff, there's opportunities for, you know, slip, fall, drop it, blah blah blah. So absolutely, but as I said, I hope it all works out for you. If you have any photos you want to share with us, by all means, please throw them in the Discord. Would love to see some of the work that you do in the future. Top lane wave crashing onto the keep front gate. We've got about a level lead over to the side of came from behind with these 5 extra kills. We're just kind of taking a look around the mini-map here and seeing what we got going on, as well as stackage and stuff. 31 for the Kael'thas regeneration globes for those believers or doubters. Could be a World of Warcraft Wrath of the Lich King a 3rd time. Yeah, that's true. That's true for real as well. Yeah, exactly. Absolutely, dude. I personally, I've got about a 5% belief that Heroes of the Storm will even be mentioned at BlizzCon 2026. So, I love this game, but I don't believe in the executives of Blizzard. But you know, this is the same conversation we had on Tuesday and Wednesday, and we're having it again today. What's new? You've been doing photography, you've been into photography since high school? Oh, same with me. I mean, same with my dad, too. Literally, my dad hadn't taken a photo in, like, 20, 30 years. And my brother had taken a photo class when he was in university. He's a little older. And no joke, my dad was just sitting there. He's like, I bet you need, like, an aperture of this, a shutter speed of that. And literally, like, my dad was like, maybe, you know, 1 aperture setting off from like the recommended from like the little like what's it, the color coordination card for black and white. So that stuff, just like framing, all that kind of stuff, it sticks with you. Uberek burrows in, Swift Strike from the Genji. We currently have the Dragon Blade activation. Gus from False Step with the Lurking Arm with the Virulent Reaction at level 13 will hold the Rhaegar in place. There was a Wailing Arrow thrown in as well, I do believe. Stormbolt goes out from Muradin. He's able to Dwarf Toss away. And we got camps pushing top, mid, and bottom. The map is painted just about... No, the map is painted blue, if you look at all the camps. Hey, Blizzard fans, do you want new games? Boo, do you want the same game yet again? Yay! Wait, are you telling me that Blizzard fans, like, stick with one game and one game only? That's crazy. That can't be it. Alright, so 57 Mithril Mace stacks for our Leoric. We got Mortar Punisher in the bottom lane. A little more sustainability for the Muradin with the Stone Form, but it still is all forts available to the side of Came From Behind, who are looking to make this a 2-1 series. We'll see if they can actually achieve that here through bottom lane, or if the defense of gillyShark and Bingo Knight will be in place. A level to go for 20 on the left-hand side. Blaze trying to split soak for a little more, a bit more of a gap closure inside experience department. You had to learn the development stuff as well, yeah. I've only done digital. I messed around with film like when I was younger, when, you know, I had film to waste essentially, but I was mostly digital. Alright, Uberek starts out the siege. We've got a Living Bomb applied to the keep right now. 20 talents are almost here. Punisher pulled over to mid lane. Falstead and Crew are getting tons of siege in, but the positioning, for a second I thought they were looking to end, and looks like they are going to try and end right here on the side of Came From Behind. Punisher jumps over again onto Sylvanas. Nice Will the Forsaken. I think I saw Cleanse as well. A little overlap on abilities right there. Haunting Wave into the Hall of Storms. The Punisher has expired. And it looks like 6% is achieved, maybe 7%. Oh my god. Avatar from Muradin on the left-hand side. Flame Strike and Tomb. Able to get the Dwarf Toss out. So Sylvanas is going to be broken out of the cocoon. You're old? Well, no, I wouldn't say that. I mean, there's still, like, film classes you can take. It's just the medium that you want to use. Digital was convenient, and that's what I learned. We had film, like, I remember literally taking film canisters to CVS with my mom to get them developed after, like, trips and stuff. But digital was up and rising, you know? Remember when you had the memory cards that were, like, 52 megabytes and they could store, like, 5 pictures? And the memory cards were so bad that if you deleted the photos off the memory card from your PC, it actually deleted the actual memory of the card. They were really, really bad in the day. They were really, really bad. And they were crazy expensive, too. Like, the idea of having, like, a 256 megabyte photo card was like, oh my god. It wasn't even SD back then. It was, like, the long blue ones. Ancestral onto our Muradin. He's trying to get away. Does get that Stone Form healing and will not be taken down. The defense comes through from the side of gillyShark and Bingo Knight. We do have that Arcane Punisher in the top lane soon to arrive as the third keep does go down. Burrow charge. Nice kill on the Falstad. A second Burrow charge goes in. The Jet Propulsion. As Avatar from Muradin should expire, he's going to try and get away from the Leoric pressure. Deflect from Genji goes out. Did go to the Dragon, becomes me level 20, but now the Siege is coming through. Is this enough to call for an end, or actually achieve an end? They're calling for end for sure. Phoenix from Kael'thas thrown down. Stukov gets a massive shove onto one. The Rhaegar gets picked off as well. Stormbolt into Stukov. The Gravity Lapse is going to create a little bit of space. Stukov tries to spread that healing pathogen. Swift Strike into the Blaze gets the kill. As Schumann looks to get out of here, but he will be able to take down the Stukov. No Finland achieved Came From Behind, but they still managed to take the series in a 2-1. Alright, the Kael'thas picked up 45 or more regeneration globes. He had 48 at the end.